The door to the R&B flexible ankles opens really soon, so if your ankle is stiff, weak and sore, you have to join our waiting list. Go to the rnbflexibleankles.com, join the waiting list, and you're gonna be the first one to know when the door opens. Hey Maya, ever since I broke my ankle, I've just been very lazy. I live in New York City and loved going on long walks on the weekends. There is also work being done in my apartment, so I have very little space. I'm going to a wedding in July, and being home with this injury has made one of my best assets, my legs, so flabby. I'm at a stage in my recovery where I walk around in my sneakers at home, but walk with a boot and a crutch in the street. I've been in a boot and putting weight on my ankle for 3.5 weeks now. Do you think I should, or that it may be okay for me to do squats or anything similar? Or do I just stay patient and wait for my therapist or my doctor to give me the okay? Hey guys, this is Novak and you're watching Ask Maya. And this week's question is from Merlin. But before I share with you what Merlin and maybe also you could do to make your legs and even bum stronger and tighter and even bigger if you wish to, I have to tell you a little story. So you probably know that I fractured my right talus bone in October 2012. And I remember, so at the time we lived in a really small apartment and our bathroom was also really small. So I remember I went to the toilet with my crutches because I was using crutches for almost 6 months, and probably it was January or maybe February, probably more February 2013. And I remember I stood up from the toilet and on the right side there was a mirror, and I looked at the mirror and I couldn't believe it because my bum was the flattest I ever had in my life. It was gone. My glutes, they said goodbye, see you later, I don't know when, but see you later. And also my legs, they were really skinny, really flabby. There was no strength in my legs. So I know something about flabby legs and flat bum, and that your body is just not the same as it was before the injury. And for me that was also a big shock because, you know, I was a dancer and I did sports for whole my life. So seeing my body totally different like ever before, it was a big shock. What you have to know, so you said that you're already walking around with a moon boot if you're outside, but otherwise you're wearing your sneakers for the inside, for the indoor. You don't have to wait for another green light from your doctor or from the physiotherapist because that was already a green light. So you're already putting the weight on your ankle, so that's enough to start doing some exercises. That was first thing. The second thing that you have to know is that you're not being lazy, okay? When you injure yourself, it's just that's not the time to working out, and I was already talking about this in the previous videos. But you know, you're not being lazy, you're taking the time to heal yourself, to properly heal yourself. And I know that your body is not the same, but believe me that muscles have memory, so the muscle tone will come back as soon as you will start using your body again. So know that you are not being lazy, and please be kind to yourself because, you know, you went through some major changes and through a major injury. So be kind, be gentle with yourself, and don't put yourself down. Don't think that you're lazy. Don't think that now you're flat and flabby and you're not attractive anymore. You're still really attractive. So be kind to yourself. So that being said, there are some exercises that I started doing as soon as I got the green light for partial weight bearing. And before I share with you these exercises with you, a few important things. Why is it so important to build up the strength in your legs and in your bum? It's not just to look good, even though that's the end result of it, but having strong legs, strong bum, strong glutes means that you will have better balance. Better balance means that there are less possibilities to injure and re-injure yourself, which of course you don't want to experience. You don't want to have this kind of experience anymore. Then the third thing is that if you have strong legs, strong muscles, that means that you will also have less problems with the rest of your body, with knees and hips and back, and you know, you have to have everything tighter. And what it also means is that when your muscles are working correctly and they are strong enough, you will be able to run better, to walk better, to do everything for a longer period of time. So it's not just about looking good, but this is really important if you want your body to function properly. So that being said, here are 3 exercises that I started doing pretty soon. So as soon as I got the green light for a partial weight bearing. So the first exercise was bridge. You're probably familiar with this one. And you know, even though it's a simple exercise when you're not injured, when you have the injury like I had and like you might have, this can become a big challenge. Why? Because you have to focus on that your hips are staying in the same line. One leg, so your injured leg right now is pretty weak. So, you know, pushing it really hard with my bum up, it was a challenge. So I have to really focus that my hips weren't like that, you know, but they were in the same line. So this is one exercise. This is the exercise mostly for your bum, but it's also working on the hamstrings. So this is number 1. Number 2 is that you can start doing some squats, like first squats with the ball. So, you know, you just put the big ball behind your back, lean to the wall and start doing some squats. These were actually the exercise that I started doing when I still had a moon boot on. So I had a green light for partial weight bearing and I started building the muscles in my quads pretty soon. So that was the second exercise, and then the third exercise that you can do is, again, you will need a big ball. You're gonna lay on it with your upper body and you're gonna go up and down with your bum. And it's sort of what you feel is like you would be doing squats without actually doing them. You're gonna feel some fire in your muscles, but again, like with the bridge, you have to be careful and you have to focus on that your hips stay in level. So no compensation, no going up and down. Focus on that you're putting as much focus on your recovering leg, because your recovering leg right now is a bit weaker than your non-recovering leg. So focus on that. So these were the 3 exercises, but if you don't have a big ball at home, what you can also do is that you can just lean on the wall and just sit there. So you are actually just sitting like in a squat, but you're not going up and down. So the exercise, the second exercise, squats with the ball, will actually be just that you're gonna be sitting by the wall, and the third exercise that you are using also the ball, you're gonna forget about that and you're gonna be doing just bridge. So these were the 3 exercises that I started doing pretty soon, right after I got a green light for partial weight bearing. So if you're already walking around, you don't have to wait for another green light, because that was already your green light. You can start building the strength in your legs and in your bum. And once your ankle is strong enough and flexible enough, you can start doing regular lunges and squats. And if you want to get more of these exercises, just let me know and I can share you what else I was doing when I was recovering. So this was for today. These are the exercises and what I was doing. Like I said, be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself. You're not being lazy, because injury, you know, recovering is a real roller coaster and your body is changing. So don't be hard on yourself. And yeah, like I shared with you, there are some exercises that you can start doing pretty soon, and it's really important to get back the strength in your legs, in your bum, because your whole body will function better. And looking good is just, you know, extra. It's a bonus, it's a cherry on the top. So yeah, that was for today. If you think that this would help anyone else, please share it. Like I said at the beginning, join our waiting list for the Iron Build Flexible Ankles. Go to ironbuildflexibleankles.com, and of course, join our support group where you get the motivation and the needed support. So the link is somewhere there. Join us, and I'll see you next week with another question, with another answer. And until then, I'm sending you some recovery love. I love you, and see ya. Bye!